Hey guys, this is Mel, and I am back to talk about The Flash, episode 518, titled Godspeed, which premiered Tuesday, April 16, 2019 on the CW. I'm recording roughly 20 minutes after the episode was aired, so huge spoiler alert. If you haven't seen the episode already, please go do so first, and then come back and see what I have to say about the episode. Otherwise, my other video reminders are up on screen. Take a moment to remind yourselves of those. I'm going to try to do this in 10 minutes, so let's start the clock and let's begin with what happened in this episode. So first off, this episode was directed by Danielle Panabaker, aka Caitlin Snow, aka Killer Frost. It was very clever that the focus of the episode was mainly about Nora's backstory. So it made sense why you wouldn't see much of Caitlin or Killer Frost, because it was focused on Nora. So that allowed for Danielle to be more behind the scenes when it came to this episode. It was pretty good planning there, though. But timeline-wise, though, this episode does continue straight from where 517 had ended, with the team just finding out that Nora has been working with Eobard Thawne this whole time. So there's that. Again, the episode reminder is focused on more Nora, but specifically from her time of discovering that she's a speedster all the way up to her her agreement to be trained by Thawne, which led her to coming to the past. The villain of the episode, I guess you would say, is Godspeed in Nora's time in 2049, or I guess in Nora's past, which is our future. So there's that. So huge episode breakdown. It's pretty much only the one storyline, and that is Team Flash reading Nora's journal to find out what led her to Thawne, and we get to see the flashbacks of Nora's specific case with the white speedster, which is Godspeed, and she ends up finding out that he's another Velocity 9 user, because his lightning turns white to blue, just like Zoom and Trajectory had done. So there's that. Also, we do see the moment where Nora finds out from Gideon that Barry is the Flash, and she sees a video message from him. So there's that. So tidbit-wise, though, we do find out that before Nora was a speedster, the Flash Museum had records of a purple speedster. Specifically, they were commenting all the different colors of lightning that is attached to speedsters, so red, yellow, blue, and purple. And she was commenting like, I knew it, there hasn't been a white lightning speedster yet, type of thing. All right, so there's that. I just don't know if the purple speedster was meant to be Iris or meant to be Nora, because also I don't know if like Nora's past is changing at all, like because of the changes she makes in the present day. But we see like newspaper articles changing, right? The dates and stuff like that. So I'm not sure if like the purple lightning mentioned in the museum is meant to be Iris or Nora due to the changing in the timeline type thing. But Leah does reference a purple speedster during the crisis event. So that would have to be Nora, because Iris, unless they turned her into a speedster, and she's not a speedster in the future, so like I have no idea. But then she also mentions that there have not been any speedsters since that crisis event. No Flash, no Kid Flash, no Jesse Quick, no Jay Garrick, all of them. So it begs the question, like, did it wipe them all out or something? Like, I don't know. So there's that. We also see a little nod to the fact that Tracy Brand has her own building named after her. We do find out that Eobard Thawne undergoes intense electrocution during his imprisonment whenever he doesn't get visitors, and apparently Nora was the only visitor in the last 15 years or so to see Eobard Thawne when she first started to see him. So there's that. And we do see him have his last meal with Big Belly Burger, and that's when he's in Nora's presence too, where she when she hears for the first time that he's on borrowed time type of thing. So there's that. We still don't know exactly, well, I guess it's like death row type of thing, but we still don't know exactly how he was captured, even though Nora knows the date. She just doesn't know the details. So there's that. So huge. Let's move on to the most shocking moment of the episode. I would have to say it's not like a oh my god type of shocking moment. It's more like of a really, like, that's what it is. And that's because Godspeed was captured before Nora decided to go to her past, which is 2019 for us. I mean, I always thought, like, with all this hype up I see on the internet about Godspeed, about he's another speedster with like such a reputation, I thought he was gonna be like another major villain, like Zoom, like Reverse Flash, like Savitar, another huge villain. Nothing. So the shocking moment is the fact that he wasn't. He was just like a one and done villain thing that she just dealt with, and that was it. He was just a trajectory villain instead of like the other three. So that was a disappointing shocker there. But moving on to top 3 peeved moments. The first one has to be Nora's performance for 2049. I guess her flashbacks. It was very interesting to see her without her powers, and then see her coming into her powers, and then see her try to make sense of things pretty much on her own, especially after Leah was killed. So it's very interesting to see all of that. Definitely gives a little bit more of a perspective of like what she was going through. It was also very cool to see her receive a video message from Barry. It kind of looked like it was in the middle of the crisis event from the background. He was definitely like in like a war zone type thing. And why would he take a moment to make a video if he didn't think like he wasn't going to make it type of thing? So it's very interesting to get her reaction from that. And then just to see like the future that she's living in, the high tech, the type of things, like there were sunglasses where the guy was watching TV while he was walking. I mean, like come on, that's like awesome. So it was cool to see high tech stuff like that. Another favorite I did have was seeing Eobard Thawne as a teacher when he was coaching Nora to use her powers, how to phase, how to run up the side of a building and stuff. It's very interesting to get that part of him back again that we saw him in season 1. So it was just very interesting deja vu moment there, but it was very cool to see that aspect of him. So there's that. And another favorite, weirdly enough, is Barry talking to Nora alone after all of it, and he was telling her, like, I understand why you'd want to come back here. I understand why you'd go to Thawne to be able to know how to come back to the past. And then him explaining, though, is what I don't understand is why would you continue to go back to Thawne after finding out what he did to Barry, what he did to their family and everyone else. And yet she still goes back to him. So that was the moment where he was like, I don't trust you. And like, I understand that, but I really appreciate that he gave that explanation. It's just instead of just saying like, I don't trust you and then just leave it at that. I don't think Nora understands. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. But like, there is a difference. Like, he can understand to a point why she would go to him, but then after she crossed over after that point, then it's like, no, why? You knew this and you still go back. Why would you do that type of thing? So it was very interesting to have that conversation, which is a favorite. I think it's something that needed to be had as well. But moving on to top 3 peeved moments. The one peeve, or I had a few, but one peeve was Nora trying to be a hero when she first got her powers, when she does not know how to control them. She doesn't know how to use them, which makes her a lot more dangerous than she is helpful, which she was trying to be. And I get that. She did a lot more harm than good in that. And that just is what ticked me off. It's like, she really shouldn't have gone in there before she truly understood what she was or wasn't capable of doing with the new powers. So there's that. Second peeve I had was the fact that a lot of the members of Team Flash were very angry at Sherlock for having his suspicions of Nora since the very beginning, since he arrived, and they were just peeved at him. And that really bugged me because, first off, he was a new member of the team. Why would he doesn't know these people. They don't know him. He's just trying to gain their trust, and he's trying to do what he owes them. So then he's also, if he has his suspicions, he's not going to go and tell his suspicions on a blind whim and have no one believe him. He's going to want to gather his evidence. He's going to want to have proof of the fact that he had his suspicions and they were proven right. But then I can also understand the team being like, you kept this from us. But then it's like, they're still angry at him just as if they're angry with Nora, yet it's two separately. It's like, on the one hand, it's like, if he had told, like, I don't think that a team understands that if Sherlock had told them before he had any proof, there is a very huge possibility that they would not believe him just because he's new to the team. So it's like, he knows that too. So it's like, why would you, he's not going to risk that. He's going to want proof. So it just really bugged me that they were angry at him for wanting to get that proof first. So there's that. Another peeve I had was the fact that Godspeed was just a minor character villain, just like Trajectory ended up being in season 2. When I thought he was supposed to be something a lot bigger of a threat. So there's that. But moving on to what I will remember most, I look back on this episode, the fact that it was focused on Nora. That's going to be a huge one there. And as for random questions, I do have two. First one, if Barry could feel through the Speed Force if Nora has time traveled, which is what he uses to tell her, you don't come back unless I'll know type of thing, then why hasn't he questioned all the times before when she has returned to 2049 to see Thawne? If he claims that he could feel that time travel in the Speed Force, then he must have felt when she made those visits. So why did he not question that to begin with? So that's a question there. There's the timer. I'm almost done. And the second question is, does Thawne still or ever had an ulterior motive when it comes to Nora? Because, like, at the beginning we saw him refuse to help her, but then the moment she mentioned that she just saw someone she loved get killed in front of her by this speedster, I have to wonder if maybe that was the turning point for him, and seeing the parallels between Nora and Barry and what Thawne had done to Barry when it came to his mom. I'm wondering if that was the reason why he started to help her, but then afterwards, why would he continue to help her? I mean, was it in for him, or was it because he wanted to right some wrongs that he did when it came to Barry, or like what was it? Like, I still don't know how I feel about Thawne. Is he actually helping Nora from the bottom of his heart and trying to repent for the like last moments he has before his supposed scheduled death, or does he have an ulterior motive behind it? I don't know. So there's that. But moving on to predictions very quickly, based off the promo for 519, it looks like Iris argues with Barry over the fact that he took Nora to the future without telling her and not letting her say goodbye and just leaving her there. But we also see Nora sitting beside Eobard's cell. Like, she's sitting on the ground as if, like, yeah, she's like sitting there. And then we see Iris going to the future and confronting Nora about how Barry was all wrong. But then Nora shouts at Iris with like a very lightning charged fist, shouting, "How could he stop loving me?" And I just couldn't help thinking that what if she attacks Iris and then that has some future consequences or something? I don't know. But that's the promo there. And then with the synopsis, though, it reads that when Icicle returns to enact the next phase of his DV's plan, Caitlin and her mother, Dr. Carla Tannhauser, must resolve their long combative relationship to defeat the icy monster. After Barry makes a big decision about their family without consulting her, Iris decides to take matters into her own hands. I feel like that's going to backfire for sure. But I'm very interested to see Icicle returning, and then Caitlin and her mother being on the scene together, maybe all three of them together. Maybe Killer Frost would confront Dr. Carla as well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe they could save Thomas from Icicle. I don't know. I'm excited for it, though. But otherwise, that's pretty much it, guys. What did you guys think of this episode? What did you guys like about it? What do you think will happen next? Let me know in the comments down below. Love to hear your own thoughts, theories, and opinions about all that stuff. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and check out my other videos if you haven't done so already. If you want, check out my Tumblr page. The link for that is down below. I reblog, promos, web clips, quotes, gifs, synopses, news, all that good stuff, all found in one place. Go check that out. I am behind for some parts of it, but I will catch up shortly, hopefully. But otherwise, WordPress account, link for that is down below, and everything I post online is connected to my WordPress account. More organized, more detailed, but still a work in progress. So keep in mind on that as well. But otherwise, guys, that is pretty much it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for your patience. I hope you come back next time to see what I have to say about The Flash. I'm going to probably do 519 and 520 together. But yeah. Until then, check out my other videos as well. But until next time, guys, this is Mel. Wishing you all a great day, great week everywhere. Bye for now.